position. They do not have to try and force anything. If they want to get a pick off, they can use the Gourd stun as well. It's really long range, and if they don't, if Rebellion doesn't get to dive towards that backline, with the Esmeralda, the Clint, and the Edith, these are all heroes that can do damage to multiple people at once if they don't get Govan. So they have to find flanks, they have to find pickoffs, but Rebellion will be tested in game number 2 against Bigetron Alpha.
Well, it's time to dive straight into the Land of Dawn. Let's see what this Gourd can do. This is insane.
Yep. I mean, again, if we're surprised, imagine the players that have to go against this composition. They must be so confused. Whatever game plan they had, completely different now.
I get it. I understand. Key on this Edith will have a lot of damage, but I don't like the mobility on the Edith hero, but we're just going to have to see when it comes down to gameplay. But again, Gourd is also a very hit or miss hero. If he isn't able to go into the late game properly, itemize properly, the positioning from this Gourd is going to be very important, especially that the Yve is on the other side of the table. Yve is going to give them a really huge high ground, and I feel that gives them an edge above the Gourd.
Yeah, oh my god. I'm just baffled still. Like right now, I don't know. Gourd in the early game definitely gonna have a hard time laning against the Yve, but let's see how this goes, alright? Edith as well is going to be really good on these pickoffs. It's actually going to be able to nullify a lot of this mobility coming in from Val. But again, Renbo will have to pull off a miracle here to be able to get pressure into that mid lane.
Well,
yeah.
Gourd actually has a very okay amount of wave clear as well. So it's not the end of the world, but they need to be really careful once level 4 is reached by Rebellion, because that, the real manipulation is going to outrange most of the spells from Bigetron Alpha, and they don't have anyone that can just dive in the back and cancel that. So something to be food for thought for the members of Bigetron Alpha right now.
Okay. Well, both of the teams still playing really passive right now. It's going to be the Turtle spawning into the top side. And Bigetron Alpha instantly playing for that top side. It is actually going to be a trade, I feel like. Rebellion already moving around that bottom side. Matilda opening up the waves. It's going to be Val jumping in. A lot of damage placed. Fearless going in as well. Yve is going to be able to pop the real world manipulation. Matt has to back away, and that's the Turtle traded for the turret in the bottom side.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rebellion Zion, they were able to get the gold turret as maybe the next turret as well, but they also didn't manage to get that pick off. But it bought them a lot of time for the side of Bigetron to get this objective in that turtle. So already trades in objectives at the moment. If we take a look at the gold difference, it is still favoring Rebellion Zion, especially now that Biro manages to take another tower away from Bigetron Alpha.
Okay, so at this point, Arashi, 800 gold lead for the side of Rebellion Zion. With the composition that they have, it's a very snowball-y composition.
Yep, but now I'm pretty sure they want to actually force more plays and play aggressively. But when you're against an Edith, that counter-engage potential is just so scary, man. And the follow-up that's possible from Rainbow's Gourd, that is something that they can't really underestimate. So now they're playing, I wouldn't say too safe or too passive, but they're really respecting the potential for Bigetron to just turn it back on them with a big counter-engage.
Yeah, I have to agree with you here. I mean, with 73 seconds here on the clock for the next turtle, the question is, how will Rebellion Zion rotate, right? Because right now they are putting a lot of focus onto the top side, but allowing a lot of pick-off potential from the side of Bigetron Alpha, especially with the Edith and her Earth Shatter being able to, take the CC into her hands and allowing the finishing off to come in from Max on that Hayabusa. This is interesting because they're not rotating in a conventional way. They're rotating in all different types of aspects. And I'm wondering, actually, what is their game plan from the side of Rebellion Zion?
I think if they really want to do this, they have to go for those pickoffs, man. They'd have a Paquito in the jungle. That is very strong in the early game. I don't think the Hayabusa can just go one-to-one, but Road Manipulation is used to actually try and get a pickoff, and Key will be the main target.
Yeah, Key, nowhere to go. Torn apart memory, finishing him off, and that's going to be the first blood picked up by Rebellion Zion, presented to you by Samsung Galaxy A series. Clint is able to make Biro lose a single minion, but it's definitely not a good trade right now. Rebellion Zion controlling the game, a 1.8k gold lead already. Let's take a look at the items.
Right, we can see that the Blood Heptasy is already completed for Diamond on that Khalid. So they are going aggressively, and but if they want to do this, they have to make sure they get something out of it. If they build very aggressively in the early game and they do not get the pickoffs, that will be a bit of a loss for Rebellion Zion. They're not putting their early game composition to good use. So I think soon they'll try and actually attempt to do something, especially with the turtle being able to be contested.
Yeah. Berkeley Eagle onto Key, just to zone him away. Turtle will be taken by Rebellion Zion. Presented to you once again by the Samsung Galaxy A series, as Rebellion are just pushing in their lead. Matt, turn by memory, will be able to zone him away, but it's going to be Gord coming in for a stun. Almost getting a kill onto Val, but the flicker will ensure his safety here. Bigetron still looking for more. Onward going to be used all the way to Val, and that's a kill picked up for Matt right now. A good pick off, but still really behind in terms of gold. Only one objective picked up by BTR so far in the 5th minute of the game.
I have to say that Rebellion are playing quite good, right? They are doing the setups. They were able to take the turtle with the setup, being able to pick off one member from the side of Bigetron Alpha at the perfect time. And now it is going to be Rebellion Zion with the gold lead. So interestingly enough, with this Gord pick, it is going to be important for them to be able to set up for this Gord. Because Gord, it's kind of difficult to land their stuns, especially with the composition from the side of Rebellion Zion. But now, wait a minute, Mirko.
Yeah, it's actually going to be Bigetron Alpha looking to collapse up top, but Rebellion, a beautiful read, going back instantly. Dyron, though, is trying to catch Key on his rotation. We'll be able to engage on him. That's going to be the follow-up coming in, and Key has nowhere to go. Instantly just taken down. Swalo picks up the kill, but in the mid lane, Max goes in for a 1v1, unable to do any damage whatsoever to Fearless, and they're looking to collapse in that top side. Matt and Renbo, they are not mobile heroes. Renbo already running away for his life. Falling Star Moon by Repo. Going to be able to get some damage, but it's going to be Fearless jumping in onto Matt. Stun connects, and that's the combo wombo. Fearless has nowhere to go. No shadow kill just yet. Matt gets taken down, and that is a disaster. Fearless picks up the killing spree healing, and that is him surviving that little skirmish. 2.4k ahead now.
Wow, only one member taken down from the side of Bigetron Alpha, but Rebellion Zion again and again being able to take the dub in the team fights. Renbo using this Gord once again is, I feel, a hit or miss hero. It's very difficult for him to land his stuns and make an impact and use his ultimate if there is no setup from his team. I guess they do have the Earth Shatter coming in from Key, but unfortunately, as of right now, Key is unable to stave off the damage from the members, especially with the high ground coming in from this Eve.
Yep, I think the pick-up potential is just really good on the side of Rebellion Zion, and they're finally putting it to real good use, right? Forcing Bigetron Alpha into fights they don't really want to. But if they're too careless, the counter engagement of the board will be quite critical.
Okay, Key and everyone actually uses all their resources onto Val. That's a mistake. Look at the damage from Dyron. He is able to get the pick off as Matt picks up the kill. Biro picks up the kill onto Matt. Repo getting zoned away, and BTR, another huge mistake from this team, putting all of the resources onto the enemy roamer.
Wow, Rebellion Zion really showing their teeth here in the second game, being able to take the aggression and looking for more. They are a better team as of right now. They do have the upper hand, and they do initiate much more rotations as well as objectives, and it's starting to show. 4,000 gold lead here in the 8th minute, and it seems like they might be looking for more.
Yeah, they're looking for a very desperate fight here. Key has no mobility, gonna get stunned up by Birul, actually zoned away as well, as Matt was there to cover for his roamer, but at this point with a 4,000 gold lead, 8 minutes in, they need to pull some really big plays to be able to come back from this one. Dyron already zoning the members away, as that's going to be mid lane taken down. Rembo's going to get collapsed on, and he's going to get taken down as well. No, not for now. He actually is able to run away for now, but it's going to be Fearless jumping all the way to the backside with the help of the real world relation. Key still in the middle of everything, will be taken down. Rebellion just completely taking it over. Max, though, with a brilliant micro play, tries to save the turret, will not be able to in the grander scheme of things. Rebellion looking sharp.
Looking sharp and looking hella scary right now from the side of Rebellion Zion, and Bigetron Alpha, very different and uncharacteristic of them, are looking quite scattered here now. They don't know what to do, they don't know which objectives to go for, and with their current composition, if they even want to look for a team fight, a desperate team fight, they will definitely not come out on top. And why is this? Is it just because of the high ground that this Swalo has on the team of Bigetron Alpha?
Right, when the real manipulation is popped out, and Renbo as well as Matt, the clean on Matt is actually within that range, it just allows them to, it just forces Bigetron to just pull back because they can't withstand the damage, because Swalo is doing very well with a score of 2-0 and 5. They can't really ignore that damage, and so it just limits them as far as positioning goes. So if they actually want to get a win, they have to make sure that they don't get caught with the real manipulation, and they need to kite back, because if the composition of Rebellion, they all dive in, right? The Khalid, the Paquito. So if they all go in towards Bigetron and they don't instantly get caught out, then the counter engage can come in from Renbo, and that will decimate the whole team of Rebellion Zion.
So now, Bigetron Alpha, they aren't able to get this Lord. Rebellion Zion instantly takes it without any contest. and Bigetron Alpha can't initiate a team fight unless the real manipulation gets popped off. So what can they do as of right now?
Uncontested Lord, uncontested turrets, and uncontested team fights even in this game so far. Only 1 kill. In this entire game, 10 minutes in, they've only been able to pick up 1 kill. This is absurd. BTR, they've completely fallen off from that first game. I don't know what happened. I feel like they just were too overzealous, a little bit overconfident coming into the second game, playing at times very, maybe even like too aggressively.
Again, with their composition, they don't really win that hard in the early game, I feel like. In that late game, though, with the Edith, Gort, as well as the Esmeralda, they have potential to come back here, provided they get the fight on their terms, you know, without Suelo able to do damage towards that back line. So we'll have to see. This will be where they can actually attempt to try and make that happen.
Okay, real world relation going to be used right there to zone away the members of Bigetron Alpha. Rainbow popping up the laser, still able to deal some damage and melt down the Lord, but it's going to be the base turret already taken away by Rebellion Zion. Unfortunately for Rebellion, they did not get 3 waves in. They will be able, however, to do it now with 2 waves into the mid and into the top side. Again, Vel going over the guiding wind, going to be able to deal some damage. He goes in for the onward onto no one. He gets taken down. Fearless going to get traded though, and that's going to be a 1-for-1. The roamer for Fearless. Not a good trade for the side of Rebellion. Again, as Max jumps around, still able to buy some time, but it's going to be the base turret taken down once again. Rebellion are looking for the last one. Bigetron going desperately in to defend the turret. The shadow kill as well popped over onto B-roll. He needs to be careful. The stun comes up. Max has nowhere to go. Torn upon memory is going to be able to take him down, and that's another mistake by BTR. A killing spree picked up for the side of Rebellion. Now only 3 members strong, 4 members strong right now. It's going to be Raging Sandstorm all the way, trying to deal some damage as Reaper goes in for the falling Star Moon. Real world manipulation going to be popped as well. Repo shredded to pieces as that is the waves all crashing down into the mid lane. Rainbow still able to clear the wave right now with the help of Matt, but it's going to be B-roll zoned away right now. Still doing some damage, but Repo, Rainbow, and Matt, will they be able to defend? It seems so, and BTR will survive another day, but they've lost all of their objectives.
Yeah, and I don't know how long it will last here, Miracle, because already 2 waves are being pushed by the side of Rebellion Zion in the top as well as the bottom. But right now, in the 12th minute, what are we looking at here in terms of items, Arashi?
Yeah, with an 8.5k gold lead, Rebellion already trying to work towards the 4th, 5th, and 6th item, whereas when you can see side of Bigetron, they're really struggling as far as income going on. And particularly for Key, in my opinion, because he only has 1 item aside from the boots, and he is supposed to be one of the main front lines. So it's very hard for Bigetron to stay in this game when there's not a single member on their team that can actually withstand the burst coming in from the side of Rebellion Zion. If they can withstand the aggression yet again and bring it towards that late game, I think with enough items they can win. But will Rebellion Zion let them get to that point? That will be the main question.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, Key on this Edith, it isn't looking quite good. I mean, Edith is a good hero, I feel, in the EXP lane, but when placed into the rolling position, you see for yourself that what little damage as well as impact that he has on the team, and now with such ease, RBG, they're looking for this next Lord.
At this point, Bigetron, they need to be able to contest this. Max goes invisible, Key goes in for the onward, and that's going to be the Lord steal from BTR. He's going to get taken down though. Not a good fight. They got the Lord, but at what cost? Matt, Rainbow, and Repo running for the hills. Val going to be able to bring the members back onto the team, but it's going to be Rainbow going for the stun. The damage comes out, not able to pick up anyone. Matt still able to kite away right now. Fearless goes in and picks up the kill, and that is Repo alone to defend the base. The Lord is going to be spawning just right now, but is he going to be able to survive a 1 versus 4? 10 seconds on the clock for the member. He's going to go to the bottom side, go and micromanage the waves, but he might have just made a mistake. No falling Star Moon, no resources to defend the mid lane. The base is going to be targeted. Rebellion Genflix on the move, on the defense. It's not going to be enough. Rebellion takes game number 2, and we have a game, a series